Well, we're back here for the final Premier League game of the season, and we have lost by a goal to nil at the Victoria Road Stadium to Chelsea. We played okay in the match, controlled possession, had 10 shots to their 11, 4 on target. And as you can see, we made some massive changes to the team. Massive changes to the team, and we will show you why in a second, because in the league, in the Premier League, we have finished 7th place. We just struggled a wee bit form-wise. We lost 4 in a row, then we won 3 in a row, and then we just lost 2 in a row again. But after winning the title last season, we finished 7th this season, but we have got the Carabao Cup to our name, and we will be playing in the UEFA Conference League next season. But that's not all the exciting news. We've got more exciting news than that, because incredibly, absolutely incredibly, we are in the Champions League final. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. We have managed to make the Champions League final, and we're going to be playing against the mighty Barcelona. So, if you want to look, we'll look back and see how it happened to get us to the Champions League final. So, we'll start in the league phase. So, on paper, at the end of the league phase, you could probably argue Barcelona finished first, we finished second, so the best two teams have made the final. But sometimes it doesn't play out like that, but it has played out like that here, as Barcelona finished top on 22 points and we finished second. Joint second with Inter, although we did have a better goal difference. So, league phase, first and second, we finished second. We managed to miss out the knockout playoff round, and we came in on the round of 16, where, as you already know, we drew 4-4 away from home. We won 1-0 at home. Therefore, we beat Juventus by 5-4 on aggregate in the round of 16. Then in the quarter-finals, we played Benfica, and it was a 5-4 victory. Overall, we won 2-1 at home to give us a 5-4 victory. Then semi-final, we played Liverpool, and again we won 2-1 at home, and we won 4-3 away from home to give us a 6-4 aggregate lead. As you can see, Barcelona absolutely demolished Arsenal, 8-2 on aggregate. So we are in the Champions League final. A lot of firsts happening in this Dagenham Redbridge save. We've won the Premier League last season. We've won the Carabao Cup. We've won the Community Shield in the last few seasons. And now we're in our first ever Champions League final against the mighty, mighty Barcelona. Run around the results. So last time I think you were here was for the Carabao Cup final against Norwich, which we won by 4-3, as you've seen. We then played Arsenal and we lost 1-0 away from home, which made it 4 Premier League defeats in a row for us. Then we went away from home to West Ham and we lost 1-0 again, and that was 5 Premier League defeats in a row. That did not help us at all. But we beat Benfica by 2-1, as I said, at home. We then beat Sunderland 4-2 at home. We then drew 3-3 away from home against Benfica. Manuel Menka scoring and Munoz scoring a couple again. We then played Watford and we won by 4-3 again, scoring all over the place. Then we played Blackburn and we sneaked a 2-1 victory over Blackburn away from home to finally 3 victories in a row after going 5 games without a win. a win in the Premier League. Then it was the first leg against Liverpool, which we went a goal behind after a minute, but Bilal and Munoz in the 92nd minute giving us the victory. We played Leicester and we won again. 2-1 victory there. Getting a 91st minute winner. We did make some changes though, as we have been doing in the last few Premier League games. We knew we were not going to win it. We knew we were not going to qualify for the Champions League through the group stages, through the league phase. So we had to prioritise the last few games. And we did. Then we went to Anfield and what a victory. 4-3. Bilal gave us the lead. It was then 1-1. We then made it 2-1 with Bilal again. We then went 3-1 up with Melendez. Liverpool got it back, but then Munoz scored again to make it 3-2, and then Wirtz made it 3-3. 79 minutes gone, and we held out for a famous victory at Anfield. But then it was a reversal of last season. Last season, on the final day of the season, we beat Manchester United to win the Premier League. This time around, Manchester United beat us on the second last day of the season for them to seal the title. Silvestri was sent off after 17 minutes, and it was just so comfortable after that. Šeško again, what a player he's been this season for Manchester United, and they've deservedly won the title. But we made some changes again for that game against Manchester United, and we made even further changes again for the game against Chelsea. Yelu Santiago playing centre half alongside Melendez, Prates, Robinho, Furo, Komoto, Kalala played, Carrizo, Muzakitis. A lot of players we left out, as we knew we've got this big, huge, massive game in a few days' time against Barcelona. Like I said, we've qualified for the Conference League, so as it stands at the moment, we will be playing Europa Conference League football, which I wouldn't really mind that, to be fair, because I think we would have a great chance of winning that trophy, which would be good, but that will become null and void if, and it's a huge if, we beat Barcelona in the final, who they are far and away, far and away, the best team, I would say, in the competition. They've blown people away left, right and centre. So, exciting times for the Daggers. We have got a Champions League final coming up. Out of the blue, I did not expect it at all. I really did not expect to be in the Champions League final. But we're there, and we are playing the mighty Barcelona. So there's nothing else left to do here but to jump ahead into the Champions League final. Really excited for this Dagenham. I would never in my wildest dreams expect the Daggers, when we first started it in non-league football, to be almost 10 seasons in and to be in a Champions League final against Barcelona. Never mind winning the Premier League, never mind winning the Carabao Cup that we've done this season, and the Charity Shield. But we've done it, and we're here next to go into the Champions League final. It is that day now. We are here, the 2nd of June 2035. The club has been on an incredible journey for nearly these 10 years that we've been at the club. Well, not quite 10 years yet. 9 and a bit years we've been here. Next season will be the 10th season. And we've went from non-league to the Premier League, to winning the Premier League, and now to being in the Champions League final against Barcelona, who've still got some top players like Koundé, who's retiring at the end of the season. Odegaard's retiring at the end of the season. They've got Kerkez. They've still got Pedri in there, 32 years old, at the height of his game. Bergval, they've got in, 29 years old, top player in the game now. And obviously, Lamine Yamal, who they've got at the moment, was playing up front through the middle. He's got 9 goals in 13 appearances so far this season. 233 million he's worth, 27 years old. 113 goals, 65 assists. So Lamine Yamal and Barcelona. Gavi's still there as well. So they've got such a solid team as well here. So I'm not expecting anything at all from this game. We're here on merit. We are the second best team in the Champions League, going by the group stages and getting through to the final. But we are playing a Barcelona side full of quality and have won it 5 times before. So, like we said, in the league, we finished behind Chelsea. And after winning it last season, it was always going to be tough, I think, to try and better that. And we weren't too far away, I don't think, really. 15 points in the end. It's the draws, I think, that's killed us this season. I'd like to be a wee bit further up, but it's what it is. Anyway, let's get into the final. Let's get into the tactics of the final. We made a few changes in the last couple of league games because we knew we were coming into this final. So let's go and see who we're going to pick for the Champions League final. So first and foremost, we are going to go that Dro is going to play attacking midfield. The Cat is going to come in for Muzikitis. We're going to go with Bilal. Silva's going to come back in for Santiago. Melendez is going to play. Silvestra's going to play instead of Parates. And Sangari is going to play instead of Erivaldo. Munoz for Furo. And we're going to put Rooney on the right with Kalala on the left. Injury-wise, Natali is definitely out. He is the only one that has got real problems. Costa's back from injury, but I think in this regard we'll probably bring Thompson on as the substitute goalkeeper because I don't want to get a potential injury to Fernandez in the final, and then he has to go off, and then we've not got a replacement goalkeeper. So yeah, that is where we are at the moment. And in possession, that's the team we're going to start with. Out of possession, Thoreau's going to filter back in the centre midfield role with Bilal, and the Cat is just going to sit and play defensive midfielder with a deep defensive midfielder. So he's dropping back to centre back when we've not got the ball to make up a kind of 5 in there. So that's how we're going to play. This is the team we're going to go with. It's as strong as we could possibly go. Whether it's a Champions League winning side, we are about to find out. Come on, the Daggers. Let's go. And the team lines are out, and it's just as we thought. Bergvall playing just behind Rocky. And there's the Daggers team. As the Champions League music hits for the final time this season. We've been in the Champions League 2 seasons in a row after finishing 4th and then winning the Premier League last season. We're not going to be in the Champions League next season unless we win today. So this will be the last time we'll be in the Champions League for a little while, possibly, unless we do the unthinkable and beat Barcelona today. And the game is underway here. So as you can see, 22 minutes on the clock gone. There's not really much between the two sides. Barcelona have got most of the possession. But we've got a first corner now, 26 minutes in. Fernandez, and it goes. Silvestre headers it away. Back it goes to Pedri. Gavi at the edge of the area. Yamal, back to Gavi with a shot. Blocked. Gavi again! And just wide there. Well, there's been... That's 45 minutes has went, and Arne Slot's Barcelona has not blown us off the park just yet. They've had 7 shots, 2 which have been on target. They've had 54% of the possession, but we managed 5 shots, nothing on target yet. But it's not been a classic Champions League final by any stretch of the imagination. Dro's not having the best of games. I'm going to go pleased because we're still in it. We're well in it at the moment. So, what are we doing? I mean, attacking wise, we're not really anywhere near it at all so far. Do we go 2 up, give them a bit of a threat with bringing Amenga back in, or do we bring Muzikitis on and go with 3? I think we're going to go with Muzikitis in there. Advanced playmaker. And go and see how that is at the moment. We confirm the changes. And go with that for the second half of the Champions League. That was a very quick first half. There was only one real highlight, which was a corner and a couple of ricochets around the box. I'm hoping for a bit lively in the second half, but for us, but we'll take it. It's still 0-0. As Barca get the game underway. Pedri has the ball now. Good tackle by Silva. Muzikitis, the substitute's on. Munoz, top goal scorer in the competition, giving the ball to Kalala, who's driving at this Barcelona backline. Back to Silvestre. The cat, Muzikitis. Kalala, all the way across to Sangare. Good ball. It's Rooney. It's a chance! And Rooney has scored. Ex-Barcelona man. What a goal that is! And what's going on here? Kalala out wide to Sangare. Beats his man, plays it down the channel into the penalty area, and Rooney with a fantastic finish. He's really stepped up the last few months. And it's Barcelona 0, Dagenham Redbridge 1 at the start of the second half in the Champions League final. Well, we're nailing the 50th minute. Sangare launches the ball back to Barcelona, who had a player down, and Balde will come forward. Bergval, what can he do? Inside to Rocky. Ball out wide to Yamal. Yamal's in here. Checks back. Great save by Fernandez. That was a chance. Bergval now. Gavi coming forward again. Back it goes to Balde. Good ball to Gavi. It's inside to Rocky. Victor Rocky. It's off the post. And we get away with a huge one there. Kalala. Inside to Munoz. I think what we do is the cat Out of possession comes in now and play there. I am going to take off Kalala and bring on Robinho, and Rooney can switch sides. We'll just go with that a wee bit deeper in the match. We're into the last 10 minutes here and we're still a goal up. What a result this would be for us. Yeah, let's waste time. 5 minutes of stoppage time to go here. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely unbelievable. Dagenham and Redbridge have won the Champions League. I'm speechless. Rui Silva with the title, lifting it up. He's won the Premier League, he's won the Carabao Cup. He's now won the Champions League with the Daggers. Absolutely incredible. Barcelona 0, Dagenham Redbridge 1. I'm absolutely lost for words here. And by making that tactical change at half-time, completely changed the outlook of the game. We had ended up with 17 shots. They had, with 3 on target, they had 12 with 4. And if you see the match momentum in the second half, much, much better. And again, a solid defensive play that we've had all season. But with the champions, we've won the European Cup. Second season in the Champions League, and we have won it. We weren't going to be in the Champions League next season, we were going to be in the Conference League after winning the Carabao Cup and finishing 7th. But now, we are going to be in the Champions League. And not only that, we are the winners. Delighted. And we're a victorious Dagenham and Redbridge celebrate a famous treble. I don't know about it being a famous treble. The Champions League in itself is enough, but they're also throwing into the mix the Carabao Cup and the English Community Shield. What a couple of seasons we've had. In fact, what a run. What a last nearly 10 years we've had. Getting promoted all the way up to the Premier League. Getting better and better each season. We won the Premier League last season. We've won the Carabao Cup and Charity Shield this season. And then, right at the end of the season, we beat Barcelona by 1-0. Rooney, what a player. What a signing he's been for us in these last 2 years. He's not had a good season, as good a season this season. But the last couple of months he's came up trumps, and as you can see, in European-wise, he scored twice, 5 assists, 10 assists and 6 goals in all competitions this season. That is priceless today. Champions League winner. Scored the winning goal for Dagenham Redbridge in the UEFA Champions League final. What a milestone that is for the lad. He will forever go down in history at this football club in Bucharest. Outstanding winner, Rooney gave Dagenham Redbridge the lead with a rifle drive which kept low in the 47th minute. It was true, quality was in short supply. Both teams did have some chances, but we done it at the end of the day. Been in touch to say you've shocked a lot of people by winning the Champions League with your unfancied Dagenham Redbridge team. Was it luck more than anything else that won it for you? We did have some luck. Crucial times, but I think we deserved it. We're there on merit. Melendez' tireless performance makes a difference. He's been a great signing for us. Defensive, the central defender, elite centre back. Well worth every penny we spent on him from Benfica. And Dagenham Redbridge to receive £21.6 million for beating Barcelona. 94.3 million in the bank. Dagenham Redbridge qualify for the... Oh my god. Dagenham Redbridge have qualified for the next edition of the FIFA Club World Cup due to the performance in the UEFA Champions League. Gaffer lifted the Premier League with Dagenham Redbridge in 2034 and can now add further success at its time. So when is it? When is the next FIFA Club World Cup? It will start... Competition starts on the 27th of May 2037, so there's a couple of years yet. Medals for the Champions League win. Luis Munoz finishes top goal scorer in the Champions League as well. Sit back, enjoy the praise given to UEFA Champions League success. Fans of Dagenham Redbridge signed Consul Gaffer's name as Dagenham Redbridge manager and experienced the sweet taste of success by lifting the UEFA Champions League. One fan spoke for everyone was stating that the achievement was symbolic of the great work the Gaffer has done. Following the Champions League success, he continued stating Gaffer's name will be forever remembered by the fans at the club. Build a statue, is the cries. Dagenham Redbridge board ecstatic. Of course they are. Of course they are. We are now a worldwide team. Our status in the game is now worldwide. And we've also, Dagenham Redbridge qualify for the UEFA Europa League. Dagenham Redbridge have qualified for the 2035 UEFA Europa League by securing a top 7 finish in the Premier League. Well, we've just won the Champions League, so surely that gets us into the Champions League, no? Surely. Well, I would like to think so, but we'll find out next season. UEFA Conference League place goes to, we did have the UEFA Conference, so that will go to the next eligible Premier League side, which will be Arsenal. We paid out £15 million to be shared amongst the staff. Fernandez got man of the match. Villarreal identified Buzakitis as a target, £40.5 million. Well, just to wait and see. Munoz wins Player of the Season. So, absolutely incredible. Dagenham Redbridge's Juan Luis Munoz has won the UEFA Champions League Player of the Season award. 24-year-old put a string of amazing performances, scoring 16 goals in 15 games with an average rating of 7.46. Look at that. He's in there with the likes of Vinicius, Mbappe, Odegaard, Saka, Olise, Salah, Dembele, all the greats he's in there with. And then you've got Juan Luis Munoz, the man from Dagenham and Redbridge, who we signed on a free transfer last season, let's not forget. Free transfer from Real Madrid B. And not only that, he's got 3 caps and 1 goal. He's also last season, start of the summer, he was there to win the World Cup as well. So he's been in the Spanish team that won the World Cup. FIFA World Cup winners with Spain. So, and he's obviously wanted by Bayer Leverkusen and Juventus. Good luck. Get your checkbook out if you're wanting him. Top class player. He's also won the Golden Boot Award. Again, up there with some top players. Haaland, Endrick, Zapayev, Barcelona's and Arsenal's. Victor Roque, Martinez, Mbappe as well, Haaland. So he's in there with all the greats again. So he scored 16 goals, Haaland 14, Ivanovic as well scored 14 goals. Kalala has claimed UEFA Champions League Young Player of the Season award with 4 goals and 2 assists in 13 matches. He's had a very good season again, the young lad. And again, he's in there with some really good players. Desiree Doué, Yamal's in there, Jude Bellingham, lots of top players again. But Kalala, the Dagenham Redbridge man, is in there as well. And the dream team, let's have a look who the dream team is. We've got Melendez, Sangare, and Munoz, the 3 Dagenham Redbridge players representing the UEFA Champions League dream team of the season. Munoz has hit 41 goals for us, setting a new record in the process. So Juan Luis Munoz, 41 goals for Dagenham Redbridge this season is a new team record. Dagenham Redbridge previous top goal scorer in a season was good old Johnny Kenny, who scored 27 goals in 2029. Well, you can't argue with that. And you can't really argue with Johnny Kenny at the time as well. He fired us up from the Championship into the Premier League that season. He's fondly remembered as well, Johnny Kenny, but Munoz has set a new record of 41 goals. And Kalala creates a new record as well. The 17 assists by Dagenham Redbridge Manis Kalala is a new team record. The previous one was held by Rashawn Scott, who's retired now, when he had 16 in 2026, all those years ago. Monthly loan, we're going to get Ivan Miranda. So we signed him in January and Barcelona wanted him loaned back for the B team, and he's actually turned out that he's played a couple of games in the first team. We signed him. He's going to be a superstar, by the way, this lad. I'm really looking forward to getting him in right wing next season. 20-year-old Colombian. He's already an international. £8.5 million we signed him from Barcelona's B. He has played a couple of games this season, as you can see, in 3 appearances for the first team, a goal and 2 assists. He's going to be excellent, Miranda. I'm really looking forward to getting him next season for the team. Furo on the move. I'm expecting Furo to go. He wanted to leave in January, but he turned down a couple of offers. So I'd expect Furo to leave the club. And Francolino has been touting himself to come here as well. So I think we're nearly done for this season. Absolutely incredible season where we finished 7th in the league. We managed to get the League Cup sewn up with a 4-3 victory against Norwich City, and we beat Blackburn Rovers Charity Shield at the start of the season as well. But the big one, and let us see here. The big one is, if you can see there, 11 honours we have now. 1 Champions League, 1 Premier League, a Carabao Cup and a Community Shield. Fired in with that with a Sky Bet League 1, a Sky Bet League 2, 2 FA trophies now, an Enterprise National, Enterprise South, and then Eastmain Premier. We've not got that. We've got 1 FA trophy, we've got that one, the South Trophy, we've got the National, we've got the League 1, we've got the Community Shield, we've got the Carabao Cup, we've got the Premier League now, and now we've got the Champions League. We've got just a couple of other updates before we jump in to see if the stadium has renewed yet. We just thought it was important to say that the Director of Football has given Rooney a new 3-year contract worth £28 million. That's obviously they've thrown it at him because he's won the Champions League for them. For us, 155 grand a week he's on, £63 million he's went up to. Has he got a release clause? No release clause. He's now in the elite winger category as well. So, yeah, that's where he is. He's worldwide reputation. He's 29 years old, hopefully coming at the peak of his powers, and that will give him another confidence boost. So going forward, he'll probably fight it out with the new boy coming in from Barcelona, but we'll take it from there. So Dagenham Redbridge hit with tax bill as well of £8 million. And if we look, the chairman has given us a commercial summary of the season. So new sponsorship deals we've had is worth £9.75 million a year. We've had 4 of them. Most notable new deal is a soft drinks partnership, 4-year deal with £22 million, because we're a worldwide company now, football team. We're going to get more and more sponsorship. The sponsorship for the Premier League, £42.34 million, up 47%. Corporate hospitality is up 25%. Match day commercial retail up by 15%. Broadcast revenues slightly down, probably because we've not been closer in the Premier League. Finished 7th. Competition prize money is up to 120, so that's 57% more because we got to the Champions League final. Merchandise, we've sales this season 7.95, amounting to 3.34 of this total. The clubs sold a total of 633 shirts. Musiquitas, Rooney, Munoz and Carrizo selling particularly well. Carrizo being American, so the Americans are obviously quite happy with him there. So total sponsorship income this season, £61 million, 537. And as you can see, we're 9th on the table. Spurs have been top. Palace. So it just shows you how much we've really improved on the sponsorship income, that we're in the top 10 now. Very good for the Daggers. Oh yeah, there we go. That confirms we've just had a continental qualifiers decided. So the following English teams are qualified for continental competitions next season: Champions League, Chelsea, Dagenham Redbridge, Man United, Liverpool, West Ham, Spurs and Man City. Europa League's Aston Villa, and Conference League is Arsenal. And we have got 2 signings confirmed as well. We signed Jake Curry, 23-year-old midfielder. His ability at the moment is 2-star. Board reactions B. He's got a lot of potential for 86k. And Nicholas Ribolo, 19-year-old wonder kid. So he's a defensive midfield player, and as you can see, his stats are very, very good. We might loan him out next season, but very good stats there. And also Jake Curry, 23-year-old from West Ham, 85 grand we paid for him, already up to £21 million. Potential is through the roof. Good technique, passing, good mentals. He is 23. He has played at Middlesbrough on loan last season in the Championship. So sometimes you take wee punts on these players. Like Munoz, we took a punt on him and he's become one of the best players in European football. A Super Cup pits Dagenham Redbridge against Chelsea, so the Champions League winners against the Europa League winners. So we'll play Chelsea in the UEFA Super Cup. We could add another trophy to the cabinet if we can beat Chelsea in the UEFA Super Cup. So that'll be one that we'll look forward to again next season. So that'll do us for this episode. It's been a fantastic save again this year, with another trophy in the bag, another couple of trophies in the bag with the Carabao Cup and the main one, the Champions League. We are the champions of Europe. We'll be in the Champions League again next season. We're going to try and push on again for the Premier League after finishing 7th this season. And then, like I said, I would like to stay at the club for another wee while until we get to our new stadium. Finances wise, we're as healthy as we have ever been. £166.6 million in the bank. That is the most we've ever had at Dagenham Redbridge. You can see each season that we've boosted up at certain times. This season we're 136 million there, and this season we're saying 72, but we're actually £166.6 million. Everything's going great at the Daggers. We will see you next season for the start of the season, the start of the transfer window, and then we'll have the UEFA Super Cup against Chelsea to play. So, as always, thanks for joining in, and we are the champions of Europe, Dagenham and Redbridge.